The Om Mani Padme Hum chanting at least once a week will really help you. That is why we have the metta meditation. Most of the time it is played, but then I decided to guide the meditation myself according to the flow. So the metta meditation, when we talk about the Om Mani Padme Hum, Om is the primordial sound of creation as we call it. Chanting Om actually helps us to connect with the Trinity aspect of the creation. So the three letters of the Om, A, U, M actually symbolizes what masters say, the light, love and power aspect of the creation. Chanting Om brings that energy of the creation. It's a very profound way of beginning any meditation. That is why even in the Tibetan Buddhist practice, they chant Om. Mani is the jewel. In the morning, I was sharing a little bit insight about what is this Mani means. Mani typically is the jewel. But in the Tibetan belief, that is maybe it's like a folklore, I can say. So this jewel, they say that it's a very precious jewel which is not easily found, very rare. But once you get it, they do a lot of ceremony with that, whether it is existing or it had existed before, we do not know. But personally, to me, our understanding is it's all symbolic. So you clean it with salt water, then you clean it with sweet water, then with milk, and then you put it on a stick like a banner, and then you pray to God, and the wish-fulfilling jewel brings everything or whatever you want in your life. So this is very, very symbolic. If you look into some of the pictures of the great saints, you will, especially in the Buddhist practice, it's very, very interesting. The Om Mani Padme Hum mantra itself is dedicated to the great Buddha or Bodhisattva, as we call it sometimes, Avalokiteshvara. So the feminine version of the Avalokiteshvara is Kuan Yin. So it is actually the mantra dedicated to this great being, and the great being is described to be a being of compassion and wisdom. So the Mani is also interpreted as compassion. And then when we come to Padme, Padme is lotus, which is a Sanskrit word actually, not a Tibetan word. In Sanskrit, Padme is lotus. The lotus symbolizes purity, and together with the purity, because of its ability to remain uncontaminated by the surroundings, the lotus is also called the symbol of wisdom. And whom is? It is like an affirmation, I am that. So every time you say Om Mani Padme Hum, you are affirming that I am becoming like Avalokiteshvara. I am becoming a being of compassion, being of wisdom. We have to bring compassion more and more into our life. That is why the Buddhist practice all the time emphasizes on compassion. If you don't have any virtue, no problem, but do not lose compassion. Why? It is with compassion we can heal our negative emotions. If you have a very strong quotient of compassion in your system, then there is greater understanding. So the mind refuses to judge people. What do you think? Yes or no? That is why this is one of the most important virtues to be developed. Together with that, we also need to develop wisdom. We should know where to exercise compassion. When somebody is not doing what they should be doing, we cannot be compassionate and say, go ahead. There we need to have discernment, certain level of wisdom. But the wisdom should not rule compassion. Are you listening very carefully?
Yes.
Either there should be a balance or the compassion rules. Where you practice extreme levels of compassion, the wisdom becomes a part of it. The wisdom becomes a part of it. That is why if you are experiencing a lot of negative emotions, try to go deep inside yourself and identify where exactly is the problem. You will inevitably notice that the compassion is somehow not being practiced. Compassion is not just about practicing only to people outside. The most important level of compassion is towards the self. If you are not having that compassion, that loving kindness towards yourself, how can you show it to the world? And that is why again and again we do the affirmation. In fact, the metta meditation begins with the self. Every day in the morning, as you wake up, you say, come on, repeat after me. May I be filled with loving kindness. Say, may I be peaceful and at ease. May I be happy. May I be healthy. Not with a poker face, may I be healthy. Bring that happiness. When you say you should be a part of what you are telling, that then the affirmations have got power. Is it clear? Begin the day in this way. And then you are waiting for the bus or waiting for somebody, rather than getting tense with the traffic, with this, with that. You release the vibrations. You say, may all be filled with loving kindness. Come on, say. May all be peaceful and at ease. May all be happy. May all be healthy. This you repeat the whole day like a mantra whenever there is an opportunity. You are driving the car, don't be tense, there is traffic. People are already troubled. And when you are tense, are you adding or anything meaningful? There is already so much of stress energy. And now you are getting stressed. What big thing you did? You are adding to the stress, the problem. Same thing happens in most situations. When people are in pain, rather than trying to criticize them, why are you in pain, and trying to analyze intellectually, you exercise compassion. You exercise. So even before you open your mouth, you release vibrations of peace. What do you say when somebody is not the way you want? And before you speak to them, you say, may you be filled with loving kindness. What do you say? May you be peaceful and at ease. May you be happy. May you be healthy. And then you open your big mouth. Make it as a rule. I tell you, if you are going to practice this simple tool, suddenly you find that you are actually shifting your paradigm to another level of existence. Is it clear? All the time practice loving kindness. That is the essence of the metta meditation. Thank you so much for being with us.